Yo, what it do? Team K here, back for part 10 of my Blu-ray collection. This time we're going to talk about the movie box sets, special editions, collector's editions, the collections, ultimate editions and all that shit, trilogies, quadrilogies, quintologies in this case. Yeah, box sets pretty much. So first box set here is the Planet of the Apes collection. So this is the collection of the old Planet of the Apes movies from the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, it's a great collection right here. I love how this thing was put together. Obviously, once again, it's a German version, but yeah, love the packaging and everything. It was really well put together. Also, as you can see, it comes with a thick ass booklet. And yeah, great collection of movies. The first one, legendary. There's no need to talk about that one. That everybody should know about the first Planet of the Apes movie, which is the best one in the series, at least of the original ones. Second one, worst one out of the 5 in this set. Terrible film, from the idea of how they made it, they basically rehashed the first one and then went on to do some really wacky shit with, people who got hit by radioactivity and managed to connect telepathically and shit. It is weird movie. Third one, amazing. It's probably my second favorite out of these films. Love how they flipped the whole idea of the first one. Then the fourth one, also great. Really love that one. And the fifth one, it was alright. It's probably my second to least favorite. But all in all, these films are really good, man. I really enjoyed these a lot, man. And I love the fact that this is a continuous story. These are not contained or whatever. They all tell a overarching story, which is really dope. Then I got here Die Hard. Oh man, Bruce Willis, man. Bruce Willis, bro. What a shame, bro. You know what I mean? Because he got some sort of sickness which affect his speech. I don't think he can talk anymore, which in turn means that he's not able to make movies anymore, which is an absolute shame. All the best to him and his family, bro. Bruce Willis. Then we got Die Hard right here, man. The legendary Die Hard films. Yeah, just recently watched Die Hard again for Christmas. And man, this Die Hard, the first one, never gets old, man. I watched it again, bro, and it just blew my mind, man. That movie was so well directed. The writing and everything was amazing. Really fucking incredible film, which does not really carry over to the sequels. I mean, the second one was a decent sequel. It rehashes the idea of the first one, but it takes it from this Plaza Hotel or whatever it was, takes the idea and flips it on its head and takes it to the airport, pretty much, rehashes the same thing that the first movie did, but it was still a good movie regardless. I actually remember a clip on YouTube where they showed like a censored for TV version, and they had John McClane say "Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon" instead of "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker." That was so funny to me, man. You definitely gotta look it up on YouTube. That censored for TV version, man, because that shit is hilarious as fuck. Second movie is good, not great, but yeah, still enjoyed. First one, like I said, amazing. Die Hard 2 also good. Die Hard 3, I don't know, for some reason I could never connect with it. Some people think this is the best Die Hard movie. For me, I have to watch it again to really give it an updated opinion. And then Die Hard 4.0. I thought that one was pretty good. You know, obviously it does not live up to the previous movies, but it is still a fun movie regardless. And yeah, Die Hard. Really love these films, man. These are some good action right here. Then we go from one action series to another one. This is actually one that I've never seen. Mission Impossible. I have seen neither of those films, you know. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, nor Rogue Nation. You know, I just saw this box set for like $10 and decided to grab it. You know, got the first 5 movies in here. But I need to give them a watch someday. I don't know when I will. One day I will, you know. But it's just I'm not that big of a fan of Tom Cruise. That Scientology motherfucker, bro. I just don't really like him that much. But it doesn't say anything about the Mission Impossible movies. As far as I know, they could be fucking amazing, but I have to get to them one day. Then we got the Bruce Lee collection. So this is really dope, man. It's once again a German release, which you will see quite a few of right here, man. But Bruce Lee, you know, one of my heroes, man. Love Bruce Lee. You know, always loved him. Always will. Always will love his movies. These are some really dope films, you know. And yeah, has all of his movies right here, with the exception of Enter the Dragon. So we got here, as you can read here, The Big Boss, which is a dope film. Really like it a lot. Then we got Fist of Fury, which was obviously remade by Jet Li, who made a movie called Fist of Legend. And we got The Way of the Dragon, which is my favorite out of all of these movies. The weird thing about this one is this is an old Blu-ray. But when I first watched it, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with the picture quality? Because in the first 5 to 10 minutes or so, the picture was like super grainy and shit. And I was like, man, this picture quality is terrible, man. But after that, the picture quality actually becomes pretty good, man. And also another thing I don't understand is why do they have a scene from Enter the Dragon right here, man. This guy was not in this movie, man. But yeah, man. Then the last movie of the collection, Game of Death, which is a terrible movie up until the last, up until the climax at the end, you know what I'm saying, where you have Bruce Lee fighting off Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all these motherfuckers. This is a trash movie, like a B movie or something like that, up until the climax, you know, because this one has a lot of weirdness going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they had like in one scene, they had like the double of Bruce Lee in a scene, you know what I'm saying? But in order to show Bruce Lee's real face, you know what I'm saying, they had a guy facing the mirror and they put out like a Bruce Lee cardboard cutout on the on the mirror, you know what I'm saying, to give people the illusion that they're watching the real Bruce Lee, man. The fuck is wrong with these guys, man? And this was, I think the director was the same one that did Enter the Dragon. You know what I mean? Not the best movie to follow up Enter the Dragon, you know what I'm saying? I think it's also pretty funny that they had a whole genre in the exploitation genre, you know, Grindhouse, where they made, you know, Bruce-ploitation, and a lot of movies where, you know, people try to be the faux Bruce Lee or try to pass other people off as the real Bruce Lee, man, and miserably failed at it because because I think they thought that people were stupid to not recognize that is not Bruce Lee that they're watching. You know what I mean? Fucking stupid, you know. But yeah, Bruce Lee, this collection right here is really dope. You know what I'm saying? Really enjoy this collection, man. You know what I mean? I hope they will bring out one remastered collection someday in Germany. You know what I'm saying? That would be great, because the picture quality on these definitely aged a little bit. Does not look that great in 2025. But anyways, moving on, we got the Alien Anthology. So this is a much older Blu-ray set. This was released at a time where Prometheus was not released yet. And since Prometheus, they have released a lot more Alien movies. But the only ones where it's at is really the first and the second one. Alien 3 was okay, you know. It was alright. But the fourth one was high-key trash. Alien Resurrection, I think was the name of it. Yep. Alien Resurrection was trash. Terrible movie. But the first one, sci-fi horror at its finest. Second movie, action at its finest. The first two movies are fucking brilliant. Absolutely amazing films, if you ask me. Then we got a Shaw Brothers collection. Now, I don't know the English titles to these films. Oh, here. They have the English titles. Thank you. The Master of Kung Fu. The New Shaolin Boxes. 4 Riders. The Kid with the Golden Arm. And The Angry Guest. I have yet to watch these. I just picked them up because they were pretty cheap. This whole box is pretty cheap, man. So just grabbed it. You know what I mean? Because I really love these old school martial arts films. I'm just a big fan of them. Next up, I got Apocalypse Now. Francis Ford Coppola right here. Amazing film. You know what I'm saying? That's probably my favorite anti-war movie. The only thing is this box got some damage on it, which, man, I need to replace this box. But yeah, Apocalypse Now. Amazing. Love these films. Definitely appreciate the Redux version, which is like a 4-hour version of the movie, but it's freaking amazing with all the extra scenes added. It just definitely adds to the experience. And then also the documentary Hearts of Darkness is also really incredible. And I think that one was actually directed by Francis Ford Coppola's wife, which is dope. Then we got one of my favorite movies of all time. This movie, La Haine, is one of my favorite hood movies ever. It's a French movie, completely shot in black and white. And this is pretty much a movie where you follow 3 kids, or 3 teenagers, for 24 hours, you know, as they undergo through some wild shit in the suburbs of France. You know what I'm saying? One of their friends died, and they basically, you know, face police brutality every day and shit. And it's a really, really fascinating movie. It's absolutely incredible. You definitely need to watch this if you haven't. Because to me, that's a 10 out of 10 movie. For real. I love that fucking film. Then we got Rocky, the complete saga. So these are the first 6 Rocky movies, which I love. Rocky, man. Rocky to me is one of the greatest film series of all time. Absolutely love these films. The first one, evergreen, will never get old. I can always pop this movie in and just have a blast with it. It will always be one of my favorites. Rocky 2, a lot of people were disappointed by it, but actually, in my humble opinion, Rocky 2 is damn near on the same level as the first one. It's a direct continuation. It still has the same heart, the same beats of the first one, and I really, really love Rocky 2. To me, that's one of the best sequels to any classic movie. Really love Rocky 2 and Rocky 3 also. Amazing. You know, takes a different turn, man. This one goes more into the action direction, but still amazing. Love Rocky 3, man. You know? Yeah. Rocky 3 is really dope. Then we got Rocky 4, which to me, it was always my least favorite for a long time. Yeah, I still enjoy the movie. It's not great, but I do like it. Come on, man. But yeah, and then we got Rocky 5, which a lot of people hated. A lot of people hated Rocky 5. But to me, I think Rocky 5 is not as bad as people make it. You know what I'm saying? Rocky 5 definitely, it takes it back to the first one. You know what I'm saying? Puts Rocky back in the position of being a broke guy trying to make it. He's also puts in a rookie, an underdog boxer under his wings, you know, which is Tommy Gunn. Yeah, I think it's Tommy Gunn. And yeah, and then also some relationship issues develop, you know, between him and Tommy Gunn and Rocky and his son and shit. It's a really, really emotional movie. You know what I'm saying? Not really heavy on the action, but it's really emotional. I really like it a lot, man. I don't know why people hate it as much as they do. Even Sylvester Stallone himself thinks that this movie is trash. Bro, I like the movie, man. And then Rocky Balboa, also fantastic. You know, gives a great send-off to the Rocky character as a boxer, you know, because that was the last time you saw Rocky boxing. You know, obviously after that he went on to train Apollo Creed's son Adonis with Creed movies, which you know how I feel about them. You know what I mean? Those are some good movies, man. Then we got the El Mariachi Trilogy. So this is a trilogy by Robert Rodriguez. The first El Mariachi movie is really dope. You know what I'm saying? And the special thing about that movie is that one was produced on a budget of $7,000. So this was a cheap budget for a movie. And Robert Rodriguez, he managed to get the most out of this one. Actually, the first El Mariachi movie was a very competently directed film and does not look like the budget that it had. You know what I'm saying? Definitely looked like it cost way more than it actually did. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and this is a perfect example for a movie that can show you, you know what I'm saying, you are not tied by your budget, you know what I'm saying, it's just the creativity, you know what I'm saying, if you got a lot of creativity, you can make the most out of nothing, you know what I'm saying, and Robert Rodriguez managed to do that with El Mariachi. And then Desperado, of course, it had 1,000 times the budget of El Mariachi. Desperado was such a great fucking movie, fucking amazing, man, love that film. You know what I'm saying? Such a great action flick. And then also Salma Hayek in that movie, man. She looked blazing, bro. She looked fucking amazing, bro. Love these films. And then Once Upon a Time in Mexico. That movie was pretty bad, if you ask me. Then we got the Ninja Quadrilogy. So this is a collection of the 80s ninja movies. So we got here some classics. We got Yeah, some really nice stuff. So we got here, I think the first one is called Enter the Ninja. I think. Or just Ninja, I'm not really sure anymore. The second one was Revenge of the Ninja. Then, what was the third one called, man? I forgot the name of the third one, and the fourth as well. You know what I'm saying? I think because, you know, the third one was not good. Oh, Ninja 3 The Domination, that was the name of it. Yeah, I remember now. But that movie was pretty trash, man. That was not a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot of wacky shit in there, man. But it was a fun film, though. I'm not gonna lie. The fourth one I have yet to watch, but the first Ninja film, Enter the Ninja, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, once again, pretty campy at some parts. But the second movie, Revenge of the Ninja, oh man, that was such a good film, bro. Such a good film. Then, got one of my all-time favorites, man. Evil Dead, bro. Evil Dead. Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell. Come on, man. Come on, man. Bro, this will always be one of my favorite movies of all time, bro. Evil Dead, man. And of course I had to grab this super expensive vintage edition right here, man. This is so fucking good, bro. The Evil Dead, bro. Definitely a must-have for me. I'm not gonna talk about it at full length, bro. Just watch it, bro. Watch it. 10 out of 10 horror movie. Then we got another classic horror movie right here. Oh, not like a horror movie, but more like a terror movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Of course, you know, inspired by the Ed Gein murders back in the 60s. I think that's when it happened. This movie was made in the early 70s. Of course, with Leatherface. Good film. I don't think it's as amazing as many people make it out to be, but it was still a nice film. I mean, for the time, it was definitely a movie that sparked a lot of changes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely was very provocative. Very new for its time. And it was just straight up raw and gritty, man. Like, I guarantee you, people did not ever see a movie like this in the 70s or prior. This was definitely something very unique for its time. And also a movie that has a long censorship history in Germany, man. For 40 years, bro. 40 fucking years. Almost like Evil Dead, bro. 40 years this movie was banned in Germany, bro, and it just wouldn't get scratched off the list of banned movies in Germany. And then sometime in the early 2010s, the movie finally got unbanned. You know what I'm saying? Which was a long-winded process. They actually documented it on a DVD. You know what I mean? Talked about it at length, about the whole censorship history and how they managed to get it unbanned. Is really fascinating stuff. And even included a booklet with all the documents and stuff. It's really crazy stuff, man. You know what I mean? For the historical value and for its classic status, I definitely had to grab it. But it's not a movie that I could watch any day, man. I just really have to be in the mood for it. Then we got the Godzilla collector's edition. So this is not a complete Godzilla collection by any means. I mean, the whole Godzilla movie series spans, I think, like 30 movies or something. That's a really extensive series of films. This one has some selected movies that the label that released this, called Splendid Entertainment, had the rights to. So this is not a complete collection. But do I really need all the movies of Godzilla? I don't know. But for me, It was all about the fun aspect because the Godzilla movies are just fun, bro. I'm in it for the fun, not really for a continuing story. Then we got Maniac. William Lustig's Maniac with a really, really amazing, I guess, antagonist in Joe Spinell, Frank Zito. Once again, not a movie that I love, but you know, for its classic status, I had to grab it. I actually tried to watch the movie like 3 times before it finally grew on me, you know what I'm saying? Because the first few times I just could not fuck with it whatsoever. I mean, I don't know what it was about it, but I just didn't like it the first time around. Like the remake, this is actually one of the few times where I actually prefer the remake over the original, but man, still gave it many chances. And yeah, over time it definitely grew on me. Still do not love it like other people do, but man, Maniac is still classic, bro. You know what I mean? Has a great soundtrack too, man. Definitely need to check out the soundtrack if you haven't. It's a really good one. And yeah, Maniac. I'll be back in a moment. I have to put all of these box sets away and get the other ones, so see you in a moment. All right, back we are. So gonna continue on with some more sci-fi. So we got Back to the Future right here. Of course, Back to the Future, classic series or classic trilogy. Yeah, love all of these films. You know what I mean? First one is as perfect as you can get. You know what I mean? It's one of the best written time travel movies of all time. Which time travel movies, you know, they sometimes manage to fuck up because of a lot of inconsistencies in the writing and shit, you know what I'm saying? But that movie was so fucking good, bro. You know, first movie was so dope. You know what I mean? And then Back to the Future 2, amazing also. You know what I'm saying? It's when they actually go into the future to go find themselves back to their present in the 80s. And it's really nice, man. Actually, as I rewatched Back to the Future 2 recently, I kind of started to feel old. You know what I mean? Because watching Back to the Future 2, man, it just made me feel old like a motherfucker. Old like a motherfucker. Bro, Back to the Future 2's vision of the future was 10 years ago, bro. Back in 85, when Back to the Future 2 took place, they traveled in the future to 2015, which was 10 years ago. If that doesn't make you feel old, then I don't know what does, man. Really, really, really sick if you think about it, but it's still amazing. Yeah, man, really love these films, bro. Back to the Future Part 3, also really good stuff. Really like these. And once again, this is a continuous story. You know what I'm saying? These are not self-contained films. These tell all a overarching story, and I'm actually glad that they never did a Back to the Future Part 4 and just kept it as a trilogy. And as good as it is, you know what I'm saying? Thank God they did not fuck it up by making another one, unlike Indiana Jones. Oh boy, oh boy. I love Indiana Jones, bro. The first 3 movies, of course, man. Such great films. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Chef's Kiss, beautiful stuff. Temple of Doom, incredible. You know what I'm saying? Last Crusade, phenomenal. You know? And then they came with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, bro. And managed to fuck it all up. So much so that I didn't even bother to watch the fifth Indiana Jones movie, which came out sometime last year or 2 years ago. Forget about the fourth and the fifth one. The first three Indiana Jones is where it's at, man. Those are the only ones that you really need to watch. You know what I'm saying, if you ask me. Then we got George A. Romero's Zombie, also known as Dawn of the Dead. In my opinion, best fucking zombie movie ever made. George A. Romero, the best zombie movie director ever made. Bro, I fucking love this film right here, man. You know what I mean? Once again, long history in Germany right here, long censorship history. Took a long time for it to get unbanned. Finally, it did some time ago, I think 5-6 years ago or whatever. Love this fucking movie right here, man. The original George A. Romero Trilogy of the Dead is some of the best in horror, man. You know what I mean? Night of the Living Dead, incredible. Dawn of the Dead, once again, Chef's Kiss, and then Day of the Dead, also really good. You know what I mean? Cannot say anything bad about the original Trilogy of the Dead by George A. Romero. Then we got Tarantino 20. So this is a collection of movies that Tarantino has made, from Reservoir Dogs all the way to Inglourious Basterds. And this was actually released in anticipation of Django Unchained. And yeah, great collection of movies. Really, really, really love Tarantino and his films. I mean, some more than others, but man, Tarantino is just a legendary, phenomenal director, man. Could never do any wrong, really. You know what I mean? He had a couple of mishaps, but other than that, he always delivered, you know what I'm saying? And, yo, this guy had a career like no other, man. You know what I mean? Starting with Reservoir Dogs, which is my personal favorite Tarantino film. I still stand by that. I love that fucking movie. It is really amazing. Then Pulp Fiction, of course, also amazing. The only reason that drags it down for me a little bit is the Bruce Willis part. I was not really too crazy about that, especially like the cab scene and the love scenes and shit, which you can tell was not directed by Tarantino. But other than that, the rest of the movie is, of course. We also got Jackie Brown, phenomenal movie, you know, with sexy ass Pam Grier, all milfed out in the late 90s, bro. She looked hot as a motherfucker in the late 90s. Love Pam Grier, you know. And then, of course, way after that, he put out Kill Bill Volume 1, which was fucking stellar, outstanding, excellent movie, which is a nod to the classic martial arts films. Then we got Kill Bill Volume 2, which granted was not on the same level as Kill Bill Volume 1, but still great movie regardless. Death Proof, which is probably the worst one in Tarantino's filmography. Definitely my least favorite, personally. I came to tolerate the movie over the years, but I'm still not a big fan of it, to be perfectly honest with you guys. And then, you know, he managed to redeem himself with Inglourious Basterds, which I thought was one of his top 5 movies. That movie was fucking sick, bro. Really, really amazing. And then also included in the set is True Romance, which was actually not directed by him, but written by Tarantino. But I think it was directed by Oliver Stone, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Tarantino, he sold the script for this one and for Natural Born Killers to get his first movie done. You know what I'm saying? And it got in the hands of Oliver Stone, and he directed the movie. And so that was one of the reasons why we got Reservoir Dogs. You know what I'm saying? It was True Romance and Natural Born Killers, which Natural Born Killers, Tarantino distanced himself from that movie because I think he did not like the way it was directed, I believe, or they changed some things in the script or whatever. But he distanced himself from that movie and did not want any parts of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But I think that was pretty much the thing about Natural Born Killers. But I liked the movie. It was okay. Then we got Stanley Kubrick, Visionary Filmmaker Collection. So we got here 7 movies, which only seen 4 of them, and of course it's the classic ones, you know. So we got here Lolita, which I've never seen, cannot talk about it. 2001, A Space Odyssey, one of my favorite sci-fi movies. Absolutely amazing film, especially for its time. I mean, this one set the standard for all the sci-fi movies to come. We got Clockwork Orange. Amazing film, really incredible. I love that movie to death. Barry Lyndon, never seen it. The Shining, of course, amazing. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. Full Metal Jacket, one of my favorite war movies of all time, and Eyes Wide Shut, which I have yet to watch. And that's the thing that I really like about Quentin Tarantino. He's not one of those one-trick ponies that do the same shit over and over again. He had a lot of range behind the camera and did all these different movies, man. Like, he did not ever really repeat himself and always tried out new things. I really wish that guy would have done a Hood movie or some shit like that, man. It would have been the craziest fucking Hood movie ever made. Yeah, love Stanley Kubrick, man. Then we got Thief with James Caan. For those who are not aware of James Caan, he played a part in The Godfather. You know what I mean? I've seen the movie once. It's been a long time ago. I have to watch it again. I just bought it because the set looks dope as fuck, man. You know what I mean? Comes with this silver foil box. You know what I mean? But it's been a while, so I cannot talk about the movie itself. Then we got Legendary Trilogy right here. One of my favorite trilogies of all time. The Dark Knight Trilogy. Christopher Nolan, of course. You know, he made the Dark Knight Trilogy, man. And this is one of the best trilogies ever made. That goes without saying. I fucking love these films. Batman Begins, great kickoff, you know what I mean? Had the Scarecrow in it. And I think Ra's al Ghul also. Then The Dark Knight, of course, you know, legendary. With Heath Ledger as Joker. Outstanding, bro, you know what I'm saying? And then also Two-Face was in there as well. And then, of course, the Dark Knight Rises with Bane. It's also a great end to the trilogy. Yeah, man, it's not much bad that I can say about it. It's one of the illest trilogies in movie history, if you ask me. I fucking love it. So check it out. Then we got Battle Royale. Takeshi Kitano, man. Takeshi Kitano, bro. This movie is fucking madness, bro. You know what I mean? If you like the Hunger Games and shit, man, shame on yourself, bro. This is the OG, man. Fuck the Hunger Games, bro. That childish bullshit, bro. Watch Battle Royale, man. This movie is where it's at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where you have a group of, or a class of Japanese students forced to kill each other until the last one survives. It's fucking madness, bro. just madness. Lots of social critique. Very fucked up movie. But yeah, it's just an insanely dope film, man. Love this one right here, man. This is just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Battle Royale. Check this one out, man. One of the illest fucking movies ever made, man. And just to give you an impression of how dope the movie is, this is the one movie that Quentin Tarantino wished that he made, you know, when he started making films, you know what I'm saying? So that should tell you everything you need to know. Then we got a South Korean film, Oldboy. It's like an ultimate edition right here, man. This is also really nice set. Very extensive. Has a lot of shit in there, which I'm not gonna get into. You know what I'm saying? It's too much stuff. Maybe one day I'll do an unboxing for these. I don't know, man. But Oldboy, fucking amen. This fucking movie opened my eyes to Asian cinema. This is the one that started it for me, man. You know, just one day randomly, my cousin and I, we were going to a local supermarket. You know what I'm saying? As usual, I checked out the DVD and Blu-ray section, and they had this movie for like $8-9 or something. Didn't know what it was about, you know what I'm saying? At the time, I had the standard keep case version, and it said something about Quentin Tarantino or some shit like that, man, and that prompted me to buy this movie. And I was blown away, man. This movie, once again, was so fucked up on so many levels, man. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it, man. You gotta watch Oldboy if you haven't. Don't watch the American remake. Watch the original 2003 South Korean version, because this is where it's at, man. This movie is fucking ridiculous, bro. I mean, you gotta watch this shit, man. This is such a phenomenal film. And then, lastly, I got The Raid. Another Ultimate Edition version, as you can see. One of the surprise hits of the early 2010s. An action movie that was unlike any at the time. You know what I'm saying? That movie definitely made a huge impact in the action genre. It actually solidified, who was it again? I think it was Iko Uwais, I believe, as one of the new uprising action stars. And man, this movie was fucking awesome, dude. Really, really awesome. Granted, it didn't have the best visuals, you know what I'm saying? The picture quality of this movie was pretty bad, but the fighting, the martial arts, the action in this was top tier, bro. You know what I mean? This was action non-stop from beginning to end. One of the illest fucking movies of the 2010s, bro. Gotta check out The Raid. The movie is sick. Really, really sick, man. And then, lastly, I got The Raid 2, which is better than the original The Raid. It basically takes everything that was dope about The Raid 1 and pretty much expands on it. You know what I'm saying? It fleshes out the lore, the world, and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Adds so much more dope and creative action to it. You know what I'm saying? They had like this action scene on the highway, which was amazingly directed, like amazingly shot, man. You gotta watch that highway car chase scene, because it's some of the illest shit that you will ever see. And yeah, man, The Raid, amazing, bro. Top to bottom, one of the illest fucking action movies ever. You know what I mean? Love it. So yeah, those were my DVD, no, not my DVD, my Blu-ray box sets. So I got one more Blu-ray video coming up, which is the updates. I mean, since I started doing these Blu-ray collection videos, I bought some more, of course. And so I'm gonna do an update for that next. And yeah. Until then, keep it cool, guys. Take care. Hope you didn't mind the 45-minute video that I did just now, man. It is what it is, man. I mean, hope you had some fun watching this. I hope you saw some new movies that you didn't hear of yet, which I doubt because all of these are pretty much classics and shit. Yeah, man. See you in the next video, alright? Peace out. Take care.